little funky right there for a second, man.
It was. You know, the thing is, what's up, everyone?
What's going on?
I'm Chef Marc.
That is
T-Rod. And this is Oregon Football Tailgate Talk. We are so glad to be here this evening. You know what's interesting about doing this live is that you can't. Yeah, now I'm getting the feedback.
Yeah.
Just a sec here.
Is that let me.
We get the technical difficulties, and you get to deal with them right as they're happening.
There we go. Let's see if that does that any better from my end of it as well.
I'm definitely
I have no
getting.
idea. It was just very weird, man. It said it was an error and whatever, but hey, we're here.
Yeah, we're here.
Trying to, Rob. Trying to.
Let's try it.
The key word is learning.
It's my side, dude. It's my side. Let me just disconnect this. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to turn off my Bluetooth.
Hey, Karen. How are you doing, Rob? What's going on? How is everybody?
I'm definitely getting an echo, dude. I'm going to...
You sound good there. What's up, Eric? What's going
delayed.
on?
Like, all the sound is delayed on my end. So I'm gonna leave here real quick, and I'm gonna come back. Cancel. I can't do that.
Leave.
Just
leave. God.
Let's try
it
now.
Ahead.
Let's just roll with this.
Roll with it. Let's
All
go.
Right. It seems to be working okay. I don't know what I did, but
this is Heartbreak Ridge, baby. We overcome, we adapt.
There we go. Let's go. I love it. The technical difficulty side of things, when you do it live, you can't edit that out. That you're sitting here live. It's just T-Rod and I.
It is.
Talking, and this is the Oregon Football Tailgate Talk. And so you don't have any way to edit it out. So shout out
to go for
the chat tonight. Good to see you all there. I see that Eric did make it in. Rob Warnock's in there. Ruben's in there.
Ruben.
My mom Karen's in there.
The crew. The crew.
The crew is running deep tonight. Yes, Rob, I am learning technology. It's it was so much easier when I was on my back dial-up back in the day when it was just AIM chat. Exactly.
Let's go.
So, hey, T-Rod, it's good to see you, man. It feels like yesterday that I saw you, man.
It does seem like that.
It's a little bit ironic, right? Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, what a great time on Wednesday, and that was good times, man. And what a great game to go to. I mean, you got tickets to the right one, right?
Yeah. And we'll dive into that a little bit more here, but it's been a great week as far as like T-Rod said, we were able to make the basketball game this week. It was also Uncle Phil's birthday this week. Shout out to Uncle Phil. I wore the shoe duck today for Uncle Phil. You got
your shirt on.
You see this?
Yes, I thought we were holding it for another week.
I saw it and I was like, you know what?
Put it on. I'll put it on for spring game. That's what the point.
We'll bust them. We'll both have them on.
Absolutely.
Spring game's coming up.
My goodness.
It'll be here before we know it. Less than 2 months away. April 25th. Saturday, April 25th. They're at Autzen Stadium. Game kicks at 1. Tailgate kicks off at probably whenever you guys show up. 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m.
Yeah.
T-Rod and I do plan to go live from the tailgate. We will have guests. You may be pulled out of the crowd and be told to be on the Oregon Football Tailgate.
Better be ready to be on your best behavior.
Exactly. So before it gets too rowdy, we'll get you on. If you want to be a guest on our show, just talk about your fandom, what you're looking forward to on the spring game. That'd be great. Before we get too far, down the line, we got to shout out to our sponsor, Size New York Pizza there in Eugene.
Size Pizza, Chef Josh.
Yes.
Getting it done over there with the crew. Down there at 1211 Alder is where they are always at. And 686-9598. Give them a call. And Size NewYorkPizza.com. Pre-order. With construction down there, pre-order. You can pull right up there. Hopefully you got a spot right there. Or just, pull by the dumpster to the left of the building there. Let somebody sit in the car while you run in and grab it and go get it. Exactly. I'm not promoting don't pay for parking, but listen, it take you a couple minutes. Pizza's done, and it is delicious. Size,
yes, it is. And what I'll say is about doing this show on Friday nights. Every single Friday night throughout the football season, we were getting a pie from Size New York Pizza. Yeah. We'd open that thing up, show off the box. I miss that smell. I miss that double pepperoni.
Oh man!
After the show, we would enjoy a couple slices, just chat about this show, have a good time, and no way better than getting a group of people together, enjoying a New York style pizza from Size
on a Friday night. Right? Come on now, right outside the stadium, lights on, let's go.
Exactly.
Happy birthday, Eric! Happy birthday to Eric.
Oh, there we go. Best way to spend
Eric must want some pizza for his birthday.
Yeah. I hope you have a good birthday, Eric. Big supporter of the show, as well as big supporter of the Big Oregon tailgate.
Let's go.
As Masonic. Well, as you guys know, you know who we are. I'm Chef Marc. That's T-Rod. We're gonna get into this is the off season. We're gonna talk about a little something that happened this week as well. It was, or started last Friday. It really was. Season ticket holders got to do their seat selection.
Yes,
which enables season ticket holders to look at their present seats and see what other seats are available around them or in different sections. If they want to move, upgrade, downgrade. I don't know why you would downgrade, but upgrade. Maybe move a section over. Maybe move to an aisle seat. T-Rod, what did you do?
Oh man, I stayed in the same section 17, nice. But listen, I went down 21 rows on the aisle, which is where I love to be. Seats 1 and 2 right there. It was a great move. I'm excited about the move. Usually I don't get too excited, but we moved last season. Yeah. Out of the end zone, the old eyes don't do so well anymore. I needed a little bit better angle to see because I hate wearing my glasses inside. And so, we ended up in a great seats, good seats, but I wanted to get a little bit closer, a little bit into the meat of things, right? So, row 29, that visual from row 29 in that 20 to 30 section we were talking about, is the sweet spot for visual enjoyment.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier this week and over the last weekend, how, looking at seats where you want to be, we're kind of hashing it out. And I think that, as a fan of Autzen, I think that sweet spot is right there at 20 to 30. It gives you a nice, you can get high, you're not too high, not too low, gives you a good peripheral of the field of play. You can see these plays develop, and then you're not too far away from the action where you can actually start to kind of feel it and feel like you're engaged. You got the people behind you yelling. You got the people in front of you yelling. It's I love that atmosphere. And where you're at in the corner there is sweet because you can look down that sideline. You can look down the bowl. You can catch that whole bowl. There on the north end zone or north side of the stadium and out of the east end zone.
The beauty of Autzen has always been, there's really not a bad seating option. Even with the expansion, you go up to row 72 or something like that up in the nosebleeds, but it still is true. There's really not a bad seat in Autzen Stadium, and I love the fact about that. But there is some sweet zones there to get into, and so. But it was great. It was a great move. I'm not that high on the seniority list, but those came available. I got them, and thank goodness because our section did sell out. So, kudos to fans out there.
That's cool to see too because you can see the live map and how seats are moving and getting plucked up. and then you can see your section, and you're like, oh, section 17, there are no available seats, which means all those seats are accounted for the season. It's a sellout in section 17. I'm over in section 14. Last year we moved, or actually 2 years ago, we moved to section 14. We were kind of split. A group of 4 of us or 6 of us were down below, and two of them in our group were up above in row 18, and we're down in row 13. We wanted to all be together, so we have 4 seats in front and 4 seats behind. Well, last year we were able to just make that happen on that seat selection, and so it was really great this last year to have your buds that you watch these games with. The high fives are going live there. It's all right there. You like, you turn around, you can chat between the plays, you can chat between the quarters, the timeouts, the TV timeouts and whatnot, makes the game really kind of flow. And then we had 2 fans or two of our friends here, Matt and Amy, join us this year. We're able to snag 4 seats right next to us. So now we have a group of 12 in that zone. So I think, when I think about
Matt
the
high
big Oregon
rolling
tailgate.
that. I mean, that's
right.
Matt's is high rolling. I mean, that
Well, yeah.
I mean, I see him shopping in the duck store. I mean, he wears my jacket just about every game that he basically took in front of me. So yeah, kudos to you, Matt.
Yeah. No, it's great to have him there. And the thing is that I think that going to a game with friends, it's an experience in itself. But going to experience a weekend where it's the tailgate, it's the big Oregon tailgate, and then you walk into the stadium together, you watch the whole game together, you walk out of the stadium together, then you post game tailgate together. That whole experience, it creates its own memories, right? It creates
that was the best part about the
its
Husky
own
game
stories.
last season,
and that's why we do it, right? That's why we're fans. We talk about these games for years to come. Really.
That's the best part about the Husky game was, all of us being able to go chill together into the game together. I mean, in the row. I mean, that's what, what, again, and we've used this is many examples of what this program has done, and allowed for us to participate with them in the successes over the years. Right. And this is just part of it, a community coming together just to be what we are, and that's our big Oregon tailgate community right there, and what we do. And so, yeah, Rob, I want to be as close to the concourse as possible. To hell with that's good. Rob's old and has to pee a lot. So what he's not saying is he wants to be as close to the bathrooms as possible, in case he's got to go.
And maybe a refreshment. Maybe a refreshment. Maybe a refreshment. Yeah.
There are no seats big enough for Nick, Rob.
Yeah. So when I think about how I ended up in section 14, when I started getting season tickets, I was a season ticket holder via what they call as a fan pass, where our seats moved every game, right? And so I really got to experience Autzen from a multitude of different sections, different heights, different locales. But I do still remember when we sat in section 15 for a game that I don't want to mention, from the team up north. And it was a great game all the way until the fourth quarter.
Till it wasn't.
Yeah. And so, but that view really kind of locked me into that side, that north side. And just being on the sideline of your team and being able to see the coaches and the players interact on the sideline right there in front of you was something that really kind of sold me there. So I can't.
It's going to be interesting to see the season tickets, how they play out once they make them available to public, because what's going to be available. I mean, at least what we're seeing from how those seats are just kind of disappearing.
Yeah.
There's going to be, there's a lot of buildup, a lot of hype. There's going to be a lot of pressure, with this upcoming season to achieve the grail, the holy grail of what we're searching for, that we have been for the history of this program. So it'll be interesting to see that, because we haven't heard the hype like this since Chip Kelly.
Well, and I think that, if you're a fan watching this, or you're a fan that doesn't have season tickets and you're thinking about doing season tickets, a great time of year to go and experience Autzen from a new view is the spring game. Because the spring game is open seating, right? So you show up, you go find where the seat you want to sit in. You want to move halfway through the quarter, you want to move at halftime, you can go experience Autzen from different views all throughout the game, all throughout that day, to kind of really dial in what you want to do as far as your seat selections go. So, I mean, you're right, Scott. People are buying up those seats and selling them as individual
100%.
You've seen in the NFL now where you're only allowed to resell so many times before they say, you know what, you're gone, dude.
They should. They should.
And there was some playoff teams that basically said, hey, if you're reselling your ticket, you're not getting your season tickets back during the playoffs. So I don't know if Oregon will institute that or not. I think some people are buying up tickets to kind of afford pay the difference in the increase in price. But yeah, it's one of those things where it is a free market. You get to choose what you get to do with your ticket, but is there some regulation?
Exactly.
With that?
I just think they should do away with the whole resale marketplace, force fans to have to go stand down there with their 2 tickets in the air, hold them up. You want to sell them so bad, hold them up, and then force the buyers to go down there and have to actually scalp them. Let's go back to
easy, right? There's stories for that. There's stories you can tell, or you may hear at the Big Oregon Tailgate about that. We don't want to out anybody, but nonetheless, I think you're right though. The old school scalper where you're standing there with the ticket, right? It takes work, right?
That's how I spent a lot of my early days getting in, was right there, man. Yeah, right there.
Walk up, grab a ticket, walk in. But the thing is with the apps and everything else, it's so easy just to resell.
It is, and I miss the hard tickets.
Yeah,
the hard copy tickets in your hand, and to be able to have those. I mean, did they not make any available for the Peach Bowl? Even replicas, or I keep pointing back here because I still got my 2015.
Yeah.
With my picture right here, and they weren't even. I don't even think those were made available for the Peach Bowl victory.
Yeah, I mean, I did reach out to my season ticket rep about the JMU the quarterfinal game versus JMU, and was that quarterfinal? No, that was the first round. First round versus JMU.
Yeah,
and we couldn't get hard tickets because I wanted that CFP hard ticket. First time Autzen Stadium, game time, JMU, everything else.
Orange Bowl.
Unfortunately, they didn't even make them available. So I'll have to ask him about if I can get my season tickets in the hard form or not. I may just start doing that if they're available, because I think it's like just writing the score, who you went with, those things are awesome. So.
Well, and I like that. Yeah. I mean, Peach Bowl and Orange Bowl, because we hadn't been to those bowl games. It'd be nice to have that commemorative, item in your hand that you can just kind of hold on to, for the collection, right? I mean, whatever it is. My idea is that people who are unable to attend the game must donate to the community. Well, Karen, I can't argue with that, and I wouldn't disagree with that. It would be shameful to disagree with that. So
I like it. I like that idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Let's talk about other ideas.
Yeah.
Just the next segment is just the tailgate tips with T-Rod. And in this segment, T-Rod will go over his tailgate tip of the week.
Yeah. So that's what we were talking about. So spring game, right? You were talking about spring game being a dress rehearsal for you to go and check out the inside of the stadium and see where you kind of like to sit. Where can you afford to sit, right? Let's be real about that. But the spring game is also what we talked about the last episode, which was an opportunity to dress rehearse your tailgate and what you're doing and what you want. and how you want to perform. So the first thing, and these are, and by no means are these people sponsors of the show, but it just so happens that the brand things that we're talking about are just what they are. So in no way, shape, or form is Jackery a sponsor. But these things right here, this is the smaller version of it. So you're going to probably be somewhere in that 250 to 280 bucks to go down and buy one of these. I've had this one for 3 seasons now. It still charges to 100%. And it still lasts forever. But what do we do here? We can plug in our lights. You have your battery, your chargers, your phone chargers are plugged in here. You can plug in whatever you want. You can plug in crock pots, right? So if you don't want to pay 500, 600 bucks or whatever it is going to be for a generator, these things are amazing, especially for a crock pot and the light, right? You can do something like that. So, I think these are a very valuable asset to anybody's tailgater. Your battery power generators, your power boxes, whatever you want to call these, right? This is key to being able to tailgate all seasons, all days of every day, nighttime, daytime, right here. All right, so this is your first tailgate tip of the off season of what to look out for. And Harbor Freight will throw these up for sale.
Yeah.
Right, where you can get them for less than 280 bucks. So something to think about. There's your first tailgate tip. We'll continue to do more each episode that we do as we lead to that spring game and then the season.
Well, and I love that. Well, like I personally have one. I love the portable nature of it. Like for me, I camp in the back of my truck at the tailgate. I'm going to power my laptop. I'll power my phone, my Apple Watch. Not sponsors once again, but like even tonight, like when I'm out here on my deck, rather than running extension cords and everything else, my phone right now is being powered by my battery station, like my power station.
Yeah, I'm plugged in right down below.
Yeah, my laptop is powered by the power station. The ring light that's behind me is powered by the power station. So it's so versatile. It's just something to have. Not only that, but like you can use it for tailgating, but power goes out. Boom.
We've used it here at the house when we've lost power here. So yeah, Rob, I agree with you on that. About the same thing of not making hard copies available. It's just it's a shame. It's a shame if that's what they choose to do. It's a shame.
Bring it back.
Why not? It's the same thing with the with my metal plates up here from the old Register Guard. So back 2010, I picked up four metal plates that they had made available for commemorative pages from the Register Guard print, right? And they print off of metal pages. The metal pages run around, the ink sticks to them, the paper goes through, and then prints on the paper.
How cool is that? Yeah.
And so and they're not, those aren't going to be available ever again. So yeah, it's a disappointment with the hard copies. They need to rethink that.
Yeah. Well, I think there's some benefit to like a digital copy of certain things like this right here.
Yeah.
We could be like spinning this out on a VHS and like handing them out to people, right? Like that's challenging, but we can go live and we don't have to do that. But like actually having something tangible and like a physical touch is so neat and something just cool to have. Speaking of something like tangible, some tangible memory that I had from this week, man. I was fortunate enough talking about, we talked about tickets a little bit earlier. My season ticket rep, Max Lindsay, he comes and comes to the Big Oregon Tailgate, says hi every home game. And hey, Max, if you're out there, thanks for all your support.
Thanks, Max. Appreciate you.
With not only the season tickets, but supporting me and making sure I'm all taken care of in that aspect of things. But also I reached out to him about tickets for a basketball game. I was in town in Eugene for work this week, and just so happened Oregon was playing number 24 Wisconsin. And so I reached out to Max, and he's like, hey, I got 4 tickets for you. Here you go. Hook it up. I reached out to T-Rod, our buddy Matt, our buddy Polar Bear, I'm not sure if Jack's in here or not, aka Polar Bear. But it was fortunate enough that we all four got to go to the game, and we sat in some great seats behind the east stanchion, the basket there, and what a great view! What a great memory! Just
Section 107.
Time, right? What's that?
Section 107.
Section one. It was 10. Was it 108? Row G. C?
No, because you wanted to take us to run 108 first, and we were.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then you made us climb over people.
Hey, we'll get into that a little bit later on. So, nonetheless, the Oregon basketball team shows up Wednesday night, 8 p.m., and beats number 24 Wisconsin by 14 points.
What a great W. Yeah.
Great W. What a great environment. The crowd it wasn't full. I'll say that. I'll admit that. It was lively and active. I'll put it that way. It was fun. Yes. It was a good time. Maybe it was just the company I was with. Maybe it was Polar Bear
22
and him razzing number 22 from the Wisconsin Badgers and letting him know how garbage he is. Every single time he came down the court. Every single time. The guy only ended up with 7 points, man.
No, he did not have a good game.
No,
and it was just enough. There was just enough people. It was unattended just enough,
right?
That 22 getting called out could be heard in Matt Knight.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it was like one of those moments where you get the crowd's quiet, and all of a sudden you got Polar Bear yelling.
Hey, 22!
Yeah, and everyone in our section by the end of the night, when 22 would check in, they would all turn around, and it was just like it was a good time. And there's something about that. It brings me back to memories of the Mac Court and being there in the pit and razzing the opponent players or the coaches. I starkly remember Mike Bibby Jr., Mike Bibby Senior game. Bill or Lavin for UCLA, all sorts of just great games there where the crowd's just going, the chants, Nate Robinson, there was Nate Robinson chants. There was all sorts of good ones. But I think that's just part of being a fan, part of the experience without blatantly name calling. I think that's just part of just having a good time. So,
well, the beauty of it was the Ducks won. And here's the thing for me with this basketball team, which has been frustrating to watch for everybody, I'm sure. But I'll tell you what, it gives you a really good indication of what you see start to happen later in the season with Dana Altman's teams.
Right.
This team, at least against Wisconsin, right? Because it wasn't that way in the second half. I think it was against Michigan or whatever that shot 80% or whatever it was. But this game against Wisconsin, let's be real, the team is not as talented with the injuries that they have, the people that aren't on the court. We questioned some of the rotation in there and whatnot. But the one thing that we couldn't deny was the effort on defense that this team gave against Wisconsin. And it's interesting to see that because you see that part always start to mature,
right?
Around this time, each and every year with Dana. About the time people start calling for his job, things start to get kind of turned around. Now we're starting to march somewhere. I mean, I don't think we're going to march anywhere. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think this is a really great season to kind of understand what a great coach like Dana Altman does with his teams moving later into the season. And when you have a team that's not quite as talented like Oregon is against some of the teams they're playing, at least you can go out there and play good, hard defense.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can pick on me. But I could pick on you too. Would we have better defense if we weren't injured?
Well,
okay, we'll leave it alone.
Get out there and work on our footwork, even if our hand's broken.
There's some things that I don't want to put on to the live, man. That's okay. But what I will put on the live, and I told a Wisconsin fan after the game, is that we're going to go to the Big Ten tournament. We're going to win the tournament. We're going to go into the NCAA tournament because we're an automatic bid by winning the Big Ten tournament and make a Sweet 16 run. Write it down. Go
write
for
it down.
Well,
Write it down. And the
this is
Beavers
my show.
and the Beavs are going to win the Big 12.
Show.
That's right. And the Beavs are going to win the Big 12. And
or Big, Pac-12. Pac-12.
Or Pac-12.
Pac-12.
Yes.
And and make the CFP. So
Chef Marc has lost his mind for the second straight poll. But
hey, you
can't say I'm not going to be rooting the direction you're going, though. I'll be rooting. Hey. Let's go.
Hey, if anyone wants to snip that, throw that up on the, Twitterverse or whatever, have at it. I've made the prediction.
Bold.
There are the tapes. Prediction. I mean, release them. They're right there in the live. Season 2, episode 2.
Yeah,
it's in there. You'll get it. So,
and here's the other thing about the game. I was very proud of us for even as what I would consider elder statesmen to the college kids now, right? We are those guys, but we could have fanned out a little bit, Chef Marc, at the game Wednesday. We could have fanboyed out a little bit, given who was sitting behind us for the whole game, but we didn't, right? We maintained composure, right? And we eyes forward all the time, but it was nice to see it's nice to see the players come and support each other. Yeah. So we had the 2 starting defensive end for our football teams behind us, but I think the coolest people that we actually met, Miss Rylee.
Yes, right? Miss Rylee and Miss Elon.
And Miss Elon, who went yard for a grand slam.
Well, there's more than that, though. Like, before we even get into today's game in the women's softball, but, I just think this, we could have fanned out, easily. Yeah. But we're fans, we're respectful, and they're there. They're there to support the basketball team. They're yelling, they're cheering, they're having a good time. And it's just so neat to see other student athletes support other student athletes.
Absolutely.
So it's just to see that mix of the football team, the softball, women's softball team, and how they're interacting, having a good time. It's just it's clearly they have friendships, and it's clear that they're that's their crew, and they support each other on and off the field, which is so awesome to see, and that's what you need. I support T-Rod, right? And T-Rod supports me. We're fans of each other, and not only of this show and what we do here, but in life and everything else. So it's just
that's right.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah, it was great to see, and cool they had a great time too. You can tell. I mean, they were in it. They were in it. It's great to see. And so, kudos to them. And if anybody hears it or anybody listening, Elon, thank you for the T-shirt. Brought that home to the wife. She loved. She's like, "Oh, this is cute." I was like, "Perfect." Yeah. Right. So I've definitely showed the wife today the video of the Grand Slam. Yeah. From her girl Elon, who she got the shirt from. But I love that aspect when it comes to the young adults and these kids and what we still need to remember as fans is they are just kids and young adults who are just here to enjoy their lives, spend the best parts of what they can, playing the sport that they love or doing what they love to do with this university, no matter what. And so I thought it was great. Thank you again, girls, for giving this old man a little bit of a moment and the free shirt. And it was a pleasure to meet you too, Miss Rylee and Elon.
Yeah, so she hit it. Elon is she hit Elon Butler, transfer from Cal. She's an outfielder, plays right and left field. Hit a grand slam in the early game today. It's the Oregon Classic weekend, so there's a group of schools that are in Eugene playing a tournament. Oregon beat Stetson 10-1 first game earlier today, so she hit a grand slam in that game. Before we jumped on and watched the show or went live on the show, I went to look to see what their second game was, and Elon Butler had a walk-off RBI to win the game over Idaho State.
And they were down 2-0 to the Bengals early.
They were down 2-0, but then they come back on an Elon RBI to the left field, and it was a walk-off. So, hey.
Yeah, that's that good karma rubbing off, and her getting a little love from the game because she gave out the love to the community.
Exactly.
Right? So appreciate it, girls. Go Ducks.
Go Ducks.
Oregon women's softball. And that was awesome. That was awesome.
That is totally awesome.
And I'm just gonna have to comment. Tatum Tuioti, love the pajama pants that you were wearing. Listen, they were cool, bro. Kudos to you, man. So yeah. And you're exactly right, Matt. Rich,
he would have fanned out.
After he gave the kids the weather report to make sure that they were okay on their way home. Exactly. He would have fanned out right after the weather report and just kind of given it.
Yeah. Where is Rich? Why isn't he in here, man?
Slacking, probably still sick.
Yeah, no, he was sick. And yeah, it'd been cool to have him at the game because it would have been a fun experience to see him in his element. Right. That's definitely his element. So.
And if I would be remiss if I didn't thank Marlena and the people down at Maverick Hotel for the parking passes. So if anybody when you're listening to this and you're listening, if you're coming in out of town, go down to the Maverick on Franklin Boulevard. When I text her and thanked her for the passes, I mentioned to her how good the lobby smelled. And that was the first thing that came to my mind when I walked through the door was how good the lobby smelled. And so I let her know that because it smelled welcoming. Yeah. And so, you know what? Go down there, give the Maverick a call. Make sure you do early. They will book out, but great people. The general manager down there, she is one of the best people that I know. Absolutely a wonderful person. And great group of people down there. So go check them out down there at the Maverick. They are not a sponsor. We are just, appreciative.
Yeah. And we have to give a shout out to the Diamond Sports, both Diamond Sports baseball and softball. Both those teams, top 25. They're playing great ball right now. Get down there, support them, grab yourself a seat. I know that both of us are trying to go to a baseball game and a softball game. Softball games look like they're potentially sold out for the spring game weekend. The baseball game are getting there. I'm going to have to grab up the seats probably within the next day or so before they do sell out. So get over there, support them. I've heard, you can walk in there on a weekend this time of year for less than $10. I mean, that's like at least on within PK. The softball, a little bit less as far as the seating goes. And I do know that the season ticket holders there for the Oregon softball team are avid fans.
They are. They are.
Lombardi has a crew over there. It is season 8 of her tenure. Can you believe that's 8 seasons as Oregon softball coach? And
it seems like it's like 2 or 3 seasons ago when she got hired. I mean, that's all. It just looks like that. It still seems fresh with her here. Yeah, but it took a little bit for her, kind of her grip, after Mike White and that whole, thing or whatever, to get her grips into this program. But she is and excited for the direction that they're taking, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I think she has the right crew, right group of girls in there, and great group of coaches in there. Same thing with Coach Waz over there in the baseball program. One thing I've noticed this year is like last year we didn't really have the arms. We did have Grayson as our Friday night starter, but beyond that, it was kind of hit or miss. They did have some injuries in that rotation. So it'll be interesting to see how they shape out this year. They did get a new pitching coach this year, so I'm excited to see that too. They do have some lively bats. There's a true freshman in Lila. I'm butchering his name, and I do apologize. I don't have it written down here, and my memory is with names isn't the greatest. But there's a true freshman that just really has a good stick, and then Dom. I mean, the DH man, he hit some bombs. I think 6'5", just like, dude, like a big.
Their ability to hit the
Yeah.
long ball, but their willingness to play small ball is what I love about what I think this baseball team is going to do. And it's we're definitely going to be getting out to a couple of those games as they get going.
Drew Smith and Maloney at short and those guys just like they're fun to watch. It's a good crew, good, fundamentally sound. And I always love watching Waz get animated, so that's a good time too. A good ball coach,
There we go.
Good throwback to that. Let's see our schedule for our next episode. So this is the off season. We're kind of doing our episodes like every 2 weeks or so. We're gonna lead up right up. Probably we'll do one every other week all the way through. Schedule permitting, our personal schedules as well permitting. So we may have to juggle that around a little bit, but really, our next episode will be right there, probably here in 2 weeks, and then we'll just continue that out. As we get closer to the spring game, we may have like an update episode, or may sneak that in a little bit more. So be sure to like, subscribe, follow us, not only on YouTube but also on Twitter at Oregon Football Tailgate Talk. So that's OFTT podcast on Twitter. OFTT podcast on Twitter. You can follow me, Mark J. Weber, or T-Rod at Autzen.
And here's the thing, man, is if we have to skip a couple, or with the grandkids' birthday next Friday, all that, whatever. I think I think we need to spend just a few minutes here talking about what we're watching on NFL Network right now.
Absolutely,
with the combine, right?
Hey, after someone ran a 40 today, I ran a 40 with a jacket on, in my jeans, in the wind, 5.37.
You know what? I think we need to.
I don't know if it was 40 yards or 40 feet, but it was 5.37.
I think we need to see the side by side with maybe you and Rich Eisen, because I think he's probably right in that same time zone. I mean, I'd probably be in that 6.50 for a 40. So
we're not Dylan Thieneman at 4.3.
No. 4.3. He came in at 4.37 official or 4.35 official. Either way. And then Kenyon coming in at 4.39 official.
Fastest tight end ever.
An Oregon Duck tight end inking himself in the history of the scouting combine for all to see for the rest of time. And Thieneman said it. We see the clip on Twitter, whatever, of him in his interview. But I'm telling you, it's going to continue to happen more and more and more, that this program is going to continue to just churn out NFL talent with what this staff is doing to get these guys ready for the combine, for the NFL. I mean, Kenyon went 11.5 in his broad jump today, 43.5 in his vert. It's not that they're just here to play ball. Development. We keep saying it. People want to laugh at us about it. Development.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to come here? You're seeing the fruits of this staff putting their labor into these young men, and them going out there and able to perform at a level that makes them more valuable to whoever's looking for that position group.
Right.
And it's fun to watch for us as fans. I mean, tomorrow's a busy day.
Yep.
Right. For fans to watch, for us to watch our former players go at it. And I just feel like the more and more you continue to watch this across the country, why wouldn't you look so hard at what we're seeing here and what this staff is doing to develop these kids. So kudos to the Ducks out there at the combine. Good luck to you guys.
Show
and continue
out,
to
show out.
shine.
Well,
Make
and
this
I think
program look
it's
good.
more like obviously the physical aspects of the running the 40 and doing the skills and everything else. Like I watched Bryce Betcher go through his skills and people were very impressed with that as well. But like more so than that, it's like getting like coaches go there to get to know these players. What are the characters of these people of these players?
Yeah.
What is their knowledge of the game? Are they ball players? Are they bought in? Like, is it worth spending? I mean, you're spending money on them, right? So, are they worth drafting to like get these multi-million-dollar contracts? And one thing I heard earlier today, like just reading Twitter, was like Kenya interviewed really, really well. Like someone, like one of the executives walked out and was like, "That was the best interview I ever heard a player say." Not only did he know his responsibility, but he knew the responsibility of every single player, a position player on the offense for every set of the game, every set. So I think there is so much to say about what Oregon's producing, and more so than anything is that the program is invested in these kids. And when I say not only like from like the coaching, analytics, the film studies, and everything else, but I took after you told me it's like, hey, just drive down Leo Harris and take a look. The other day I was with my rep and where I'm like, we're in that area. I'm like, hey, go down Leo Harris. And we slow rolled that. Like that facility is going to be something else.
It's taking form. You can see the roof shape now, and what I mean visually. If you can pick it up off the paper and look at it now and see that, you can see what's going to be happening out there, and it's it's exciting to see for now and I mean, what does next year's combine hold with what the group that will be leaving eventually?
Right.
You know, but I think that this year's across the board for all of the kids at the combine, I feel like there's more of a surprise at the athleticism that is showing up in this combine. I mean, what they have a stint there where they had 4 or 5 DBs all go under 4.5, which in a row,
right?
I mean, and so and the fact that we're putting the O out there, every season now, competing with these guys on a level that's unheard of for our program,
right?
Is just it's fun to watch. And so had to make mention of the combine, what we're seeing, and we got to tune in on Saturday, Sunday, watch a few more. Raise their stock and see what we're doing here.
Yeah, and like just once again, you're bringing in this talent from the recruiting into things. You're developing them through the program for their 3, 4, 5 years, and then you're putting them out into the draft. They're showing out in the combine. But more so than that is like once they're in the league, they're performing on the field, and you can just go through the list of players that made the playoffs or were on teams that made the playoffs and made meaningful minutes and meaningful snaps within the NFL. But one thing I heard earlier this week, and I don't know exactly who said it, and once again, I'm on Twitter quite often, but there was somebody in the facility, and who else is working out there in their off season? But Josh Connerly is working out at the Oregon facility because of the technology, of the facility, of the people around that, like that helped him get to where he's at. So he's coming back. I can only imagine with the new practice facility being there, the number of former players that are going to come back, and people are going to say, "Okay, I'm going to get to work out with all these different players on throughout the spring, the summer, the off season. Like this is what I want to do, and I want to be around that throughout my college career." And
if you're a young offensive lineman coming in, you want to make sure that your alarm clock goes off so you can be down there working out at the same time Mr. Connerly's working out.
Yeah.
Right. You're only going to get better from all of those conversations while you guys are lifting and working out together. And I think that's the beauty of what we're seeing here is, when I reflect back on it, back in the day, it was, what do they have out in Eugene? Why would you even want to go to Eugene? There's nothing to do in Eugene. It rains all the time in Eugene. No, what Eugene is coming and what the University of Oregon and their football program is doing is we're becoming a little bit of a factory.
Yeah.
If you're coming out here to play ball, and yeah, there's not a lot to do here. There is some great stuff to see, and we're an hour and a half from the ocean, an hour and a half from the high desert.
Yep.
You want to do any hiking, you want to go fishing, it's all here.
Yeah.
Minus the clubs, minus the distractions, to a degree. There's always distractions.
Oh, yeah.
But the fact that you can come here knowing that your focus can just be ball, for all those sports, baseball, softball, we're seeing this gravitational pull to this university across the board, track and field.
Yeah.
Same thing, and it's because of the facilities we have, the staffs the architect, Mr. Mullins, that we saw down on the floor at the basketball game, the architect, what I call him, is out there doing his thing and pulling the right strings right now to get the right people in place, and we're seeing the fruits of that labor. So I love it. I love it. And I think this combine is just kind of a culmination for the whole program, all the athletic department, not just football.
Well, and the thing is for us fans, what a great time to be a Duck fan. What a great time to
100%
support the fans, buy the gear, buy the NIL t-shirts. This Malik right here, busting the W right over the knee. T-Rod has his.
Let's go.
Boom.
Let's go.
Shout out to Malik. I hope you test well. Have a good combine tomorrow. We'll be watching.
We'll be tuning in, brother.
And it's just fun. I mean, I'm an alumni there at the University of Oregon. I went to Oregon. I paid my tuition. I worked to pay my way through college. And I can be prouder to be a Duck, and
as well you should be.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. And so it's just one of those things it's near and dear to me. And just to go back on campus, when I go there for work, I stay on campus because that's home. When I go there for games, I stay at the Masonic because it's right there next to the stadium because that's where I know. That's home. And so it's just it's really quite neat. Anything else? This
man, I think I just wanted to cover a few things, man.
That was a great reminder, and I think it was a good segue to what we do as fans. We're just T-Rod and I are just fans of Oregon. I'm happen to be an alumni, but now I'm just a fan, and that's why we do what we do. We host the big Oregon tailgate there at Masonic Lodge during the football season. We'll be there for the spring game on Saturday, April 25th. We're going to go live that morning with this show. If you want to join in, we'll have the camera set up. We'll have a guest seat.
Multiple
guys
guests.
On. Yeah.
Multiple. Who knows?
Multiples. Yeah.
That's the beauty of being our show. We make the rules.
Exactly. So
let's go.
Yeah, I can't wait. And with that, let's go Ducks.
Go Ducks. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yep.